All right, here we are. Good morning once again, everybody. I've got Deb here today. Another
Yep.
travel talk this week, and we are talking about a pretty exciting happening place right now. We're talking about Nashville today. Deb is taking a group December 8th through 14th, right,
Yep.
Deb,
Yep.
of 2021 this year, and she's got some space left, so she's going to tell you about it. Think about this trip. I think it'd be super fun to go right before the holiday season and hear all that she's got to tell you about this fun trip.
Okay. So this is my Nashville Southern Country Christmas. Lots and lots of Christmas here. It's like Rachel said, December 8th to the 14th. It's a 7-day trip. And we will start off on day one, which is Wednesday, December 8th. We will make our way. We'll pick you up in our pickup spots. And by the way, I should mention our different departure cities for this tour are Fort Dodge, Waterloo, Cedar Rapids, Ames, Ankeny, Grinnell, Coralville, and Williams. So lots of choices there. But anyway, we will pick you up at your pickup spots and we will travel that first day to Fairview Heights, Illinois. Fairview Heights, Illinois is just across the border from St. Louis. So it's just inside the Illinois border. So, and that night, first night, we'll be staying at a brewery. And for those of you that have traveled with me before, especially on these little lengthier trips, I'm sure you're very familiar with the breweries. I stay at them every chance that I get. They're a very nice hotel, and folks always like they have so many extra things there. They have a happy hour each night. All these are complimentary. They have a happy hour each night from 5:30 to 7. And then also from 5:30 to 7 each night, they have their complimentary meal where it changes, their menu changes each night. So that's always a fun thing. It's super nice because you get in there 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you get checked into your room, and then you got time to relax, and you can come down and just relax with a drink or a soda or whatever you care to do and have a nice meal and go back up to your room and relax. And you don't even have to leave the hotel. So I really like juries. And like I said, I use them as much as we can. So that's going to be the first night. Then the second day, we're going to get up and we're going to head down towards Nashville. But on our way to Nashville, we're going to stop in Paducah, Kentucky. And if you went with me before down into the southeast there, you've probably maybe stopped with me here because I like to do this, especially at Christmas time. We stop at the National Quilt Museum in Paducah. It's a fantastic place. If you're a quilt lover, it's like you've died and went to heaven. I mean, it's great. But even if you're not a quilt lover, why, it's a really spectacular place to see. If you've been there before and seen their exhibits, why, you know that they change them out and they rotate every 8 to 10 months. They rotate out. So you'll get to, if you've seen it before, why, you'll get to see all new quilts, and they're actually pieces of work. I mean, artwork is what they are. They're quilts, obviously, but they're just like artwork. It's phenomenal what some of these folks can have done with these quilts. It's really neat. So anyway, we'll stop there and let you have a guided tour of there, and then we'll head on down to Nashville, and we'll get into the Opryland Resort late that afternoon. That's will be our lodging for the next 3 nights. The Opryland Resort is a huge, huge complex. It's really, really a neat place to stay. They've got 3 or 4 atriums there that you can walk through, and everything is so cool and decorated up at Christmas time. It's really a neat thing to see. They got lots of fountains and just everything you can
I bet they go
imagine.
crazy with lights too, don't they?
Yes, they do. They go
Mhm.
crazy with lights. Yep, and just the greenery, and it's really neat. So anyway, we'll get checked in there, and then we won't have to even leave the hotel that night because we will have a dinner show right there at the resort that night and the feature is going to be the Oak Ridge Boys. So it's going to be a dinner show put on by the Oak Ridge Boys. Always a fun thing to see and a good meal besides. So that's a neat thing. So then the next morning, we will get up and we will be met by a step-on guide out at the resort, and we're going to go down to old downtown Nashville. I like to take folks down there and let them see the old part of town, get away from the commercial part a little bit and see just how Nashville all got started and how it made its name. Um, we'll have a city tour there with this gal. She's a gal that's lived there all of her life, and I use this same gal every year. Every time I go there, she's spectacular at what she does. And anyway, she will take us around Nashville, and you'll learn all about old Nashville. Plus, you'll learn a little bit about new Nashville. And it's just a fun tour. And we'll end up with this tour down in old downtown Nashville. And we'll have lunch then at Jack's Barbecue. This Jack's Barbecue is a restaurant that's known there in downtown old Nashville. It's been there for 100 years, and it's the place to go when you want to have a good barbecue lunch. So we always go there every year. And then after that, I'm going to give you a little free time, hour or so after that, hour and a half, to just explore the old part of downtown Nashville there and just walk around a little bit and see what you want to see. The Ernest Tubb record shop is right across the street there. It's always fun to go over there. There's lots of honky tonks, as they refer to them, right there. The Ryman is there, auditorium, so you can look and see all this stuff. And even these honky tonks, if you walk into them, they're always playing live music on these guys and gals that they're called wannabe stars, and I mean, they're good. They're very, very talented. You can walk in them. You don't have to sit down and buy a drink or anything. I mean, you can if you want to, but you don't have to. You can just stand at the doorway there. People do it all the time, and listen to the good music for a little bit and then move on to the next one. And so it's just a fun time to have down there in old Nashville. Then we'll, after you do that, we'll load you back up on the bus and we'll take you back out to the Opryland Resort. And then that afternoon, we're going to go over and see what's referred to as ice. Ice is this big carved ice extravaganza is what it is. These professional ice carvers come in from all over the world each year and carve these magnificent ice carvings. It's really, really neat. Each year they have a different theme. A lot of times they're Disney themes or something such as that, so they change each year. But they're colored ice, and it's really, really a cool thing to see. And then one thing they have that I really like, and they have this each year, regardless of what their theme is that they have this beautiful, beautiful nativity set that they that they carve out. And it's really, really neat. I mean, they're experts at what they do. So it's really neat. And they have an ice slide there that if you're daring, you can go down, climb up the top of the ice slide and go down. We usually have a few folks that like to do that. So that's another fun thing there. And so then after we get done with that, we'll take you back over to the hotel, which is just a hop, skip, and a jump. Take you back over to the hotel, and you'll have the rest of the late afternoon and evening to yourself there to find supper on your own there at the hotel. They have lots of different restaurants right there within the hotel, and then just give you time to explore the hotel. So because you can take in all these beautiful atriums and all that good stuff. So that's a fun thing always to do as well. And then the next morning, which will be Saturday, December 11th, you'll have the morning again. You won't have to get up early. You'll have the morning there, and you can have breakfast. You'll have breakfast there at the hotel. And then late morning, we will put you back on the bus, and we will go over to the General Jackson Showboat and have a luncheon cruise there. They have a really neat, fun luncheon cruise there, high energy entertainment on there while you're having your good lunch. And so this is the paddle wheeler. This paddle wheeler goes down the Potomac River. The Potomac is what runs through Nashville there. And so you'll go up and down the Potomac there. So this is going to be fun. So that's the end of day 4. Then on day 5, which is Sunday, December 12th, we will leave Nashville and we will take you up to Louisville, Kentucky. And then that's home of Churchill Downs. So we're going to go visit Churchill Downs and visit the Kentucky Derby Museum while we're there. They too are all decorated up at Christmas time. So you get to see Churchill Downs Christmas style, I guess you'd call it. We'll have a tour there of Churchill Downs. They'll take you out and let you see the track that the Kentucky Derbies run on. And so it's just a fun thing to do. And then we will, that afternoon, go over and get you checked into a hotel there in Louisville. Again, this is going to be a brewery, so you'll have your complimentary happy hour and supper there as well. And then after we have supper and everything there, then we're going to get back on the bus, and we're going to take you just outside of Louisville. The Louisville, Kentucky area there has literally hundreds and hundreds of caverns that developed obviously thousands and thousands of years ago. And some of these caverns, Louisville's kind of built on a cavern, more or less. And thousands of years ago, these all developed. Well, some of these are really big. And so we're going to take you out to what they refer to as the mega cavern. And this cavern, believe it or not, is big enough to where it's got a paved road that goes through it. It's about 2 miles in length, I'd say, probably about. And anyway, believe it or not, our big old full-size motor coach can fit into this cavern on this road that goes through the cavern. And each year at Christmas time, they decorate this cavern up with literally thousands and thousands and thousands of Christmas lights and Christmas displays and all that. So we get to do a drive-through of the cavern and see all these spectacular lights. And knowing that you're underground in this cavern, it's really, really a neat thing to see and do.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's a fun thing. So we're going to do that night. And then the next day, which is Tuesday, December 14th, no, I missed a day. It'll be Monday, December 13th, day 6. We will take you up to Peoria, Illinois. And then first off, we're going to go visit a friend of mine. She's got a glass blowing studio there. She's a glass blowing artisan. And she's got a really neat studio there, and she likes to entertain or show groups just how the glass blowing feature is done. You get to see her doing it, just right in front of you there. And it's really, really cool to see that. And she explains it all and does a super good job at it. So we'll see that. And then she's got a little gift shop there too that, you can, if you want to purchase some little glass blown items for Christmas gifts or whatever, she's got that there too. So that's always neat. And then after we leave there, I've got a fun little surprise stop for you. I like to, in my tours, if I possibly can, and work them in on some of these longer tours, I like to include a surprise or two. So I can't do it on all of them, but some of them I can. And so we've got a little surprise there in Peoria before we go over and check into the hotel that night. Then after we get checked into the hotel that evening, we're going to go over to there. We're going to load you back up and take you back out. Peoria has a huge Festival of Lights display that they put up each year. Matter of fact, it's one of the largest displays in the Midwest. And so it's really a neat thing to see. So you'll get to see a lot more Christmas lights there as well. And then that's a drive-through display also. So then that will take care of that day. And then day 7, which is our final day coming home, we're going to leave Peoria. But on our way home, I've got another fun little surprise stop planned for you. I don't want to tell you anything about it, but I think you'll enjoy it. It's just kind of fun. And we'll stop. And then later that afternoon, we'll get you back to your home pickup points. So a fun 7 days here of all kinds of Christmas, and get you in the Christmas spirit if you're not already in, that's for sure. Pricing for this is $17.45 per person, double occupancy, $22.45 per person, single occupancy, and $15.80 for 3 or 4 sharing a room, 3 or 4 persons sharing one room. So that's what it is. I wanted to also let you know that our time is getting short on this for sign up due to the Opryland Resort being such a popular place, especially at Christmas time. For groups, they need to know 60 days. They need to have a final count 60 days out prior to the trip, and so we're nearing that. So we're asking that if you're interested in this, to please get a hold of Rhonda and get signed up for this before next Wednesday, which is a week from today, before next Wednesday, October 6th. because that will be the final cutoff day for signing up for this tour. So I think that pretty well wraps it up on this. I think I've told you about everything.
You bet. And I feel like this is where we could really use like some siren sounds and like the red lights. Like,
exactly.
This is it. This is it right here if you want to
That's
go.
right.
So
Yep.
remember, Deb just said again, October 6th, next Wednesday is the final day to sign up for Nashville. Yep. Between now and then, if you've heard bits and pieces about this trip and you're like, you know, this is sounding kind of interesting, what do you need to do? Well, first off, you can definitely call the office. You can get a hold of Rhonda there, and let me find that number just to show that to you. You can get a hold of Rhonda. She can send you a sell sheet. She can talk you through the trip just to, if you have any other questions there. You can go to our website, northlandtravel.com. You can look for the itinerary there and download it, read through it yourself. But any questions, feel free to reach out between now and our deadline of October 6th. We'd love to include you on this trip. And it's a nice Christmas trip, and that you go and you get back, and there's plenty of time between when you get back and Christmas to get your bearings again and be ready to go for the holidays. So
that's right.
Be a super fun time, and we'd hate for you to miss. So if Nashville sounds like a destination you'd like to hit up, why don't you think about going with Northland? We'd love to have you. So all right.
Okay.
That does it for this, and thank you all for watching. We look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.